Welcome to Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love. I am Dr. Ryan Vandemere, primary curator of the exhibit you are about to enter. As your humble narrator, I shall offer insight as to what really goes on here within our museum. To begin with, Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love is a grand adventure for young and old. Indeed, it is listed by many tour guides and travel agencies as one of their clients' favorite places to visit. Once its visitors enter through its doors, they are instantly transported to another world that does not currently exist upon Earth nor anywhere else. As a master of psychological realism, our beloved Maestro Togo relies upon the 60 years of traditional skills he has acquired as an artist, while utilizing 21st century tools to produce his recent works, including this series, A Day at the Museum. As for his style, Togo insists that both his title and ancillary story or commentary behind each picture is as much a part of each work as the image. Now, shall we begin? If you should just follow me this way. That's it, please watch your step. Father Alberto visited so often that we began to question his vows. This wasn't the first time a clergyman had spent an inordinate amount of time in Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love, especially when lingering for hours in the Hall of Lusty Dreams and the lavishly erotic Hefner wing as well. Once, when asked why he had visited so often, Father Alberto muttered something about saving souls and having to go where mortals may lose their sanity even if it meant for him to dive into the depths of hell, and so forth. When our staff hadn't seen him for some time, they learned that the church administrators had exported Father Alberto to a monastery in northern Canada. Sophie had never seen such savagery. Can a simple painting open up a new world of inconceivable experiences for a viewer? Is that a wishful exaggeration on the part of an ecstatic or completely deluded art lover? And, suppose it doesn't offer anything of the kind to the viewer? Suppose the viewer is neither elated nor shocked by what they see before them? A new workshop at Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love is about to tackle these ageless questions that date back to as early as 1992. The workshop is called Newest Horizons and it is looking for 20 volunteers to begin tests next month. It will be interesting to examine their results. Update: due to zero recruitment, the workshop has been cancelled. Although the museum's accountant has been married 6 times, she is currently single. It's true. Leslie has been married 6 times, each time to a much older, very wealthy man who hadn't long to live. Certainly, women like her have been around for centuries in every society. By the time she was 30, she had inherited millions in cash, several mansions, and all kinds of vintage cars, which is her passion. But the real mystery is this. If she has every material thing she could possibly want, why does she continue to volunteer her services as an accountant for Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love? Some believe it is because she enjoys feeling useful when offering her skills to a good cause. Others suggest that here at Muse'e she will meet many wealthy men in the art world. Most think it is because, of all the men she has met and shared a loving relationship, Togo is still her favorite. And he may be the only one who has never asked for her hand in marriage. Perhaps, Leslie will not be satisfied until the maestro becomes number 7? With or without an artwork, taking photos is fun. Here we see a couple of picture takers, not photographers, each of whom have several hundred, perhaps thousands of pictures in their cell phones documenting their week-long vacation. Their kind is a new phenomenon that has proliferated in recent times to the extent that the museum has designated a special area which prevents them from disturbing art lovers who are here at Muse'e to admire the art. It should come as no surprise to some that these picture takers do not care about the lack of paintings in the frames, nor are they aware that the guards who pose for their snapshots are actually mannequins. Warning: if experiencing a psychotic attack, seek medical help immediately. As you can see here, this poor woman appeared to be suffering a mental breakdown. She claimed to have had her mind attacked, or as she put it, gang-banged, by several paintings in a 2011 exhibition titled, The Inexplicable and Super-Mundane Worlds of Togo Love. She wound up suing the museum for mental damage, but the museum's lawyers proved that the warning sign was clearly posted, so the judge threw the suit out of court. Besides, she had worn the mask at both the museum that day and later, in the courtroom where she had insisted on representing herself while speaking in Esperanto. It was an open and shut case. Melba comes to Le Muse'e looking for love. Melba was a lost soul, constantly searching for love in the wrong places and, consequently, leading to terrible relationships with the wrong people. A friend of hers recommended the perfect place to meet the love of her life. And off she went to Le Muse'e du Togo Love. Well, as it happened, Melba met not just one, but many loves of her life. Particularly when she'd dress up as a tart and meet lovers on Wednesdays and Fridays, just outside the Hall of Misbegotten Dignity. Obviously, she'd only meet them there. Where they went after that is none of anyone's business. Motion picture stars often visit Le Muse'e. It's true, on any given day while you are visiting Le Muse'e, you may find yourself staring at a genuine movie star standing there like a normal person such as yourself admiring a painting by the maestro. And why not? Such people are no different than you or me. From time to time, don't we all want to escape from the life we lead, except for the maestro naturally. But other institutions often treat these celebrities as gods, and so they offer them exclusivity whenever the gods don't care to mingle with the rest of us. At Le Muse'e, we say that there are no special rules for special people who require such necessities, unless of course, that person is Ben Affleck. Professor Sherry is an expert regarding forged togos. Once again, we are faced with the growing concern for false togos flooding the marketplace, which only hurt sales of his work since many potential buyers are backing away from making a purchase. Their fears of spending a lot of money on cheap imitations is understandable. There has also been a profusion of lawsuits against auction houses which had sold the fake togos, so now they too are apprehensive of putting a togo on the block. Here we have our expert, Professor Sherry, who is carefully examining a newly found picture alleged to be an original by Togo, titled, "A Scandal in Britain's Parliament." It has yet to be determined as the real thing, even though the maestro himself had examined it. He only spent 10 minutes looking at it and then he just shrugged and walked away. Professor Sherry then joined him in a storage room for what is believed to have been a long conversation. Sometimes a white wall is just a white wall. This painting may be problematic for some viewers, so I think it is best that we quickly move on to the next room. Lady Foxworth never forgot Jim the gardener. Let's face it, Lady Foxworth was never an art lover. It didn't matter to her how wealthy her husband had been, she had just never cared about his position on the board here at Le Muse'e du Togo Love. Nor did she care about the many works by the maestro, particularly chosen by her philanthropic husband, that had filled her many houses throughout Europe. Obviously, she had tried, but, unlike her husband, art just could not fill the void in her heart. So, you might imagine how she reacted one day when she discovered that the void could be filled by Jim her gardener. However, this emotion could not be made known to the man because of his lowly social status. After all, he was a blue-collar worker, a mere hired hand. Yet, she would pass her days gazing out at him through the 20-feet-high French windows, or, from the patio where she would hide behind the snow-white Carrère marble columns. She spent hours peering through the telescope in her husband's observatory atop the mansion in order to attain extreme close-ups of the gardener's bare chest, rippling muscles, sweaty brow and bulging crotch. Alas, after saving a good amount of money as their gardener, one day Jim quit his job and became an art gallery owner in Paris which was financed by the lady's husband. When the husband died, the former gardener joined the board of Le Muse'e. Who knew? Like her husband, his love for art now filled the void in Jim's heart. And now, my friends, I am sorry to say that our tour is over for today. Please come another day when we shall continue on our journey through Le Muse'e du Togo Love. Thank you for coming, and yes, restrooms are through those doors and to your right. Have a nice day.